Carol and I, with Overlanding Adventures of America, would like to welcome you all aboard. In 1880, the Mormon Church from Salt Lake City, Utah, sent a group of pioneers to the Grovant area, which is now called Mormon Row. They settled in, started crops, and hand-dug trenches for water irrigation. With a total of 27 homes were built, but only a few remain to this day. In 1937, with the brutal winds and the weather, they disbanded and moved on. As you drive from String Lake to Jenny Lake, you look up and you take in the majestic look of 13,775 feet towering above you. And most of the time, you see them in the clouds. It's a beautiful sight. As people travel from all over our country and even the world just to come view. On this scenic bypass route between the two lakes. Nature has its own way of grabbing you and pulling you in. We are here at String Lake. This is one of the hiking trails. It's gorgeous down here. She doesn't have her snowshoes on. She's falling all the way through. Leave it to the big kid that I am. I had to park in the snow. This bronze piece of art lays out the rock formation which forms Teton Ridge and Cascade Canyon. And this is the historic Jenny Lake Ranger Station. It was built in 1930, then dismantled and moved to this location to where it sits. Jeannie Lee was a descendant of the Shoshone Indian tribe. She married an outdoorsman, trapper, guide, and expedition. And Richard Lee was an English American. And this is the gateway to the wilderness.
Have there been many bear sightings lately?
They are active. We had 3 bears come across the bridge yesterday before we opened.
As long as you're making noise and you don't startle it, that's the way to do it.
The deepest point of Jeannie Lake is 256 feet and covers 1,191 acres. And the hiking trail is 7.1 miles around the lake. As you sit on the boat cruising across the lake and you look up and you see those mountains, it's a sight to see, just breathtaking. As we got off the boat and hit the trail, it's a half mile back to Hidden Falls. Then it's another half mile on up to Inspiration Point. And as you can see, most of it's still covered in snow. With the sounds of your feet crunching in the snow and the smells of the mountain air mixed with the pines, it's unbelievable and it feeds your soul. And you can look over in each direction and see where the moose have walked through and cut through the snow. As you hear this water rush through these rocks, you can feel the wind off the water. There is so much power behind the water that's flowing. It's something that cannot be described. It's just something you have to feel for yourself. As we continued on the trail, you could hear the water from the hidden falls coming down. It's a sound that echoes through the canyon, like a tree cracking in the wind. When you were looking up at this waterfall, towering way above you coming out of Cascade Canyon, it looks well over 300 foot, but they say it's only 100. And let me tell you, the ice is still very slick. And don't think I was the only one that fell. I just wasn't able to catch Carol's on camera. This is extremely peaceful, listening to the water just trickle along in this section of Cascade Creek. The water slows down as if time does as well. And then we ran across this little friend. He seemed to be just looking for a handout. As we continued to walk, he followed right along with us.
Is that Alvin?
We're trying to figure out if it's Alvin or Theodore.
Theodore.
Yeah, he's just all about showing off.
Seemed concerned because like, I know y'all got scrap.
Give me.
Has anybody fed that thing lately?
Oh, you know, I was quite looking for him. I don't have it. Somebody else has it back there. What's he doing?
I had something.
No, I wish I had something. We'll find it. We had one for 7 years.
As you stare up above and you see all the rock, it makes you feel so small. As we spent majority of the day hiking Cascade Canyon, it was time to go. The last boat leaves at 4 o'clock. And somehow I found the only tree within 10 miles down in the bottoms. Words cannot express enough of the beauty that lays in this valley between the mountains. As we make our way back towards camp so we could watch the sunset go over the mountains, we're up here on the lookout, and we're getting to talk to our friend Hippie, all the way back in Texas.
Hello, you two.
Hopefully he can come visit us. The peace and serenity of sitting atop this lookout and watching the sun go down is absolutely amazing, especially when you're with your best friend. After watching the sun go down, we went and sat by the campfire and waited for the lunar eclipse. Carol and I both, with Overlanding Adventures of America, would like to thank y'all for following along with us. And be sure to subscribe, hit that like button, and please leave a comment. And also there's a little bell to the side, lets you know when we have a video coming out. Y'all have a great night, and we'll see y'all down the trail.